my name is Kat, and today I want to talk about new book releases of May. Yes, I am aware that May is pretty much over, but there were some cool books that came out this month, and I still want to talk about them and share my excitement with you guys, so let's do this. So the first book on my list here is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas, and this one came out on May 3rd. This is the sequel to A Court of Thorns and Roses, which was one of my favorite reads of last year, and I have already read this one, and it is one of my favorite reads of this year. I really cannot say much at all without spoiling things, so I'm not going to talk about this book, but if you're interested in the first book in the series, I did make a full book talk for that, so I'll link it down below if you want to check it out. And of course, I am planning to make a full book talk for this, just as soon as I catch up on the TBRs and wrap-ups and whatnot. But I have many things to say about this book, so that's a comment. Next up is The Hidden Oracle by Rick Riordan, which was also out on May 3rd. This is the first book in the Trials of Apollo series, which is a new mythology series by Rick Riordan that takes place in the same world as all of his other mythology series. So we are going to get some crossover here. I believe this book does minorly spoil the Heroes of Olympus series, so you probably want to get to that before this one, but you should get to that because it's a fantastic series, and this one just sounds so promising. In this series, we're following the god Apollo, who has been turned into a 16-year-old mortal boy, and of course, lots of problems and chaos and hilarity is gonna ensue from there. So yes, I am very much looking forward to reading this one. Next up is A Totally Awkward Love Story by Tom Allen and Lucy Iveson. This is a contemporary novel about a guy and a girl who meet in a bathroom and have kind of an awkward encounter, and from that point on they have many other awkward encounters, but also there's some romance and hilarity and fun, and it just sounds really good. At Y'all West earlier this year, I attended a panel that was about co-authoring, and ever since then I've been more interested in reading books by more than one person. And what really intrigues me about this book in particular is that the authors actually dated back in high school, and that just adds an element to this that I find really compelling. Like, it sounds cute and fun, and them writing this book together is really interesting to me, so I'm definitely looking forward to this one. The next book I want to talk about is Highly Illogical Behavior by John Corey Whaley, which came out on May 10th. This is also a contemporary novel told in a dual point of view. We follow a 16-year-old boy named Solomon who is agoraphobic. He hasn't left his house in 3 years, ever since a particularly embarrassing panic attack at school. Then we have Lisa, who is very ambitious and she wants to be a psychologist, so she manages to track down Solomon with the intent of fixing him. I hadn't yet read a book by John Corey Whaley until I read this one, which I have already finished. I flew through it in like a single sitting. I will be talking more about this in my wrap-up in a few days here, but I really enjoyed it. It was funny and touching and just all the good things that a contemporary novel should be. And finally, I have here The Last Star by Rick Yancey, which came out on May 24th. This is the third and final book in the Fifth Wave trilogy, and as is the case with many series finales, I am both excited and nervous for this one. I really enjoyed the first book, and while I did feel like the second book was more of a middle bridge book, I am very interested to see where this bridge is taking us. Like, I can't say much about this book because of spoilers, and also because I don't know what to believe. There are so many twists and revelations, and I'm excited and scared for answers and like, what is going on? What is going on, really? What is going on? And there you have it. Those are the 5 new releases of May that I particularly am interested in. I'm not gonna do a TBR for May because there's really not much more May in which to read, but I have been reading, and I'm really excited to talk to you guys about what I have been reading in my wrap-up, which is coming soon here. I'm very relieved and happy that I'm getting back into the habit of reading, and now I just need to work on getting back into the habit of vlogging, which I'm trying. But yeah, that is gonna do it for this video today, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a lovely morning. I tricked you. I will have another video up soon, so I will see you then. Goodbye! What?